Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
We had a giant that wasn't really a giant.
He was just a tall guy.
With a big shaft and a heavy tip. Is that about it?
And David knocked him out.
Yeah, knocked his ass out and then chopped his head off.
And then chopped his head off. Yeah.
Dude was badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And Saul's like, who dis?
Yeah.
And we were like,
but we're
what?
like, don't you already know him? Because he was playing the fucking harp for you, dude.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what's up with this time frame shit? Because you were king, too, before.
Yeah.
And now what? What's going on?
I don't understand.
I don't understand at all. I'm fucking lost.
Are you ready to move on to the next chapter?
Fuck yeah, I am, because I want to figure out what's going on.
So that was 1 Samuel chapter 17, and hopefully they clear it up today in 1 Samuel chapter 18.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 18.
Okay.
Jonathan's covenant with David.
Who the fuck's Jonathan?
Saul's son, remember?
Oh,
He's the one that was like, hey, let's go pick a fight over there, and then he ate honey.
Oh wait, so we're back to that now?
That guy.
I don't, like, this book is bouncing all over the fucking
Saul's
place.
son, Jonathan.
Yeah, no, I got it.
He's going to make a covenant with David.
Okay.
I think they're probably the same age range, so they're like, let's kick it.
What happened to all the shit that happened before all this? I don't understand what's going on.
It's out of order, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to look it up this weekend and see if I can find some semblance of timeline to help clear things up.
Okay. Yeah.
It's definitely number one on our Q&A for Saturday.
I'm frustrated.
I know, because you want to understand it.
Yeah.
And they're not making it easy.
No, they're just like, we're just going to talk about this now.
Right.
And then, wait. No, now we're going to talk about that.
Right.
And maybe we'll talk about this thing over here. But then in between, and then after, and then before. But nowhere that's going to make sense.
Exactly.
So.
I think you understand.
Not at all.
After David had finished talking with Saul, because, David's like, who dis?
Sure.
And Saul's like, who dis?
Right.
And David's like, the badass motherfucker that just took down your giant.
Right. Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
So after that, David met Jonathan, the king's son. So Saul's son.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There was an immediate bond between them.
Oh.
That's right. See, they're going to kick it.
Yeah.
For Jonathan loved David.
Oh.
I think that they were a couple.
You think?
They were sweethearts.
You think?
Yep. I think they were sweethearts. That's cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. They should talk about
Love
it
is
more.
love.
They should talk about it more so that, Christians can shut the fuck up.
Right.
From that day on, Saul kept David with him and wouldn't let him return home. And Jonathan made a solemn pact with David because he loved him as he loved himself. Yeah.
That's interesting.
They were
the way he
tight.
loved himself at all times?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. They were tight.
Yeah.
I think they were lovers.
I mean, I don't know.
They were besties and they were lovers.
Definitely could be interpreted that way, couldn't it?
Which is fine. I'm not making fun of them for that.
Because they kept him with them.
Yeah.
Like, they kept him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not making fun of them for being gay at each other.
No, but if it is, then we should admit
I'm making
it.
fun
and we should,
of Christians.
Yeah, then we should be like, whatever, Christians, it's in the Bible.
Yeah. Jonathan and David, they were in love.
Yeah. At the very least, they are in love. Like,
yeah.
Jonathan is at least in love with David.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what it says. It says it right there.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
in love.
Jonathan sealed the pact by taking off his robe. Yeah, he did.
What the fuck?
And giving it to David, together with his tunic, sword, bow, and belt. Yeah, he did.
That's very interesting.
Whatever Saul asked David to do, David did it successfully. So Saul made him a commander over the men of war, an appointment that was welcomed by the people and Saul's officers alike.
Okay.
Because he killed a fucking giant.
I mean, yeah, that'll do it for you,
And
right?
Jonathan's like, you got a nice staff now. Still a child.
Right.
Okay, next section.
'Kay.
Saul becomes jealous of David. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
But again, I'm curious, where was the fucking harp playing? Because at some point,
I don't
he
know.
played harp for him.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not on that right now. But could you imagine getting jealous of your child's either significant other or bestie?
No.
And being like, you're spending too much time with that person,
No,
child
but
of mine.
I think it has more to do with his leadership ability, probably, because that's where this is heading, because he made him a leader of people, so...
Oh, that's true, because he's going to be the next king.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, maybe he is already, and
Right.
I don't fucking know what's
knows?
going on here, so...
When the victorious Israelite army was returning home after David had killed the Philistine.
Right, but then they killed them all.
Right. He
So-
didn't just kill the Philistine, y'all. He killed a fucking giant.
Right.
Which was only a 9-foot tall guy.
With a goddamn rock.
Yeah.
Killed him with a rock.
Yeah. Women from all the towns of Israel came out to meet King Saul. King Saul, huh?
Whatever.
Yeah,
They
that's
came out
why
for
they
David
came.
is
Yeah,
what they came out
yeah.
for.
Fuck you.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna meet Saul, quote unquote. Yeah.
Quote unquote. They sang and danced for joy with tambourines and cymbals. That's why he had a headache.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was their song. Saul has killed his thousands, and David his 10,000s.
Okay.
10,000s, huh?
I guess.
I didn't know that David killed his 10,000s.
So apparently David's becoming quite the military leader, huh?
Yeah, Saul only killed thousands.
Right.
David killed 10,000s.
See, that's why they like him better.
This made Saul very angry.
Yeah.
What's this? He said. They credit David with 10,000s and me with only thousands.
Well,
Next, they'll be making him their king. They will.
That is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's almost like you read the Bible or something.
Right, yeah. Because it already happened in the Bible.
Exactly. We got a sneak peek.
But I have to throw this out there, though. When they made him king, David king, in a previous chapter,
Yeah.
right, he was still just a simple youngest farm boy.
Yep.
That was, so like, it's almost like two people wrote this book.
And they combined it.
Yeah, because I'm like, this is not making any fucking sense.
No, I think that several different stories got edited together here, and they
Right?
just didn't do a very good editing job.
Yeah, yeah.
So from that time on, Saul kept a very jealous eye on David. So I guess he did not ask him to come play harp.
I mean,
for his
that's what it
headache.
sounded like to me.
Would you ask somebody that you hate to come play harp for your headache?
That's not usually how that works.
No. Because there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, there's like 3 people that I super fucking hate. And even if I found out that they played good harp,
They ain't playing harp for me.
I'll
or you.
suffer with this fucking headache,
Right.
and I'll take some
Damn straight.
Tylenol or Excedrin or something.
Right. I can't place where he would have played harp. Like
Right.
this is
It
just
doesn't make sense.
This is wrong. Something is wrong with the
Something
Bible
is wrong.
time frames here.
Something stinks in Denmark.
Well, I mean,
Do you know what that's from?
Yeah, it's from Hamlet, right?
Oh my god, I'm so impressed that you knew that. It doesn't stink, it smells fishy. Something is fishy in Denmark.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, wow.
Wow, it's Hamlet,
Yes.
for God's sakes.
I know, it's just that you haven't read, like, a ton of Shakespeare.
No, I haven't read a ton, but, you know,
It's just-
I've watched the movies.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm impressed. You're not as dumb as I thought you were.
Oh,
Just
thanks
kidding.
for that.
Just kidding. Love you, honey.
Yeah.
The very next day, a tormenting spirit from God overwhelmed Saul. Remember? Because God gave him a fucking headache.
I guess he didn't have him there to play the harp now. Or something.
And Saul began to rave in his house like a madman. I do that like...
You do that anyway.
Yeah.
It's just normal everyday Saturdays.
Yeah.
So.
David was playing the harp as he did each day.
Wait, what?
David played the harp every day.
Okay. Well, what? But okay. What is going on? Like this is no.
What is happening?
What is happening?
But Saul, of the headache and the mad spirits, had a spear in his hand, and he suddenly hurled it at David, intending to pin him to the wall. but David escaped him twice.
So apparently David was playing the harp for him.
Uh-huh.
This was I'm really, really not understanding the story. It's really baffling to me.
Here's the thing.
Because he loved David, according to the first story that we heard about the harp playing.
Yeah.
And he was like all, into David. And
So
like,
Jonathan and David are besties.
Right.
And probably lovers. Okay?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So Daddy Saul is getting annoyed. And then he gets jealous. And then he gets a headache. And he starts getting crazy.
And that's when he starts throwing the spears.
And he throws a spear. But I'm guessing that thing where he asked for David to play him the harp probably fell somewhere in there.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, it's just the way they told these stories is really weird.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And especially the king bit. Like, I'm
it's
really
all bad.
confused about that.
It's all bad.
Okay.
Saul was then very afraid of David, for the Lord was with David and had turned away from Saul. Yeah. Saul's been fired twice now.
Wait, Saul was the one that threw the... Mm-hmm. Okay, but then he was afraid because he missed?
Yeah, because listen.
I'm listening.
You go to your enemy and you throw a spear at him and dude escapes twice. And after having escaped twice, you remember he killed a fucking giant and the people love him. And my son is his bestie.
And he killed tens of thousands.
Yeah. Aren't you going to be a little bit worried? Maybe not afraid. That's like a really strong term.
Sure.
But you would be concerned.
I mean, you did try to kill the dude. So.
Right. You're going to be alert. Like, this guy now knows that I hate him. He now knows I want to kill him.
And he killed a fucking giant with a rock.
He's got everything on his side.
Right.
So, yeah, you would be worried.
Sure.
Okay. Finally, Saul sent him away and appointed him commander over 1,000 men. And David faithfully led his troops into battle.
After having a fucking spear thrown at him? Twice?
Well, yeah, he can't just kill him. The people will be like, the fuck?
All right.
So he's like, fine, clearly I can't kill you because I missed twice, so go command some leaders over there. Get away. Get away.
What a weirdo.
Right?
Yeah.
David continued to succeed in everything he did, for the Lord was with him.
Right. Of course.
That's why I do so good at everything. Just kidding. When Saul recognized this, he became even more afraid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's fair.
Sure. Yep.
But all Israel and Judah loved David because he was so successful at leading his troops into battle.
Yeah, he was the most successful.
He was the most battley. Of all the battlers, he was the battleyest.
Right, yeah.
Question.
What?
They beat the Philistines, right?
I mean,
who else
sometimes.
they battling?
Anybody?
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
I'm just curious.
Like,
can you guys take a rest?
Those dudes over there and the other dudes over there.
Why can't they just rest? Just live. Just live your best life. Just calm your tits. Live.
Right,
you know?
right.
One day, Saul said to David, I am ready to give you my older daughter, Merab, as your wife.
Because he was going to do that for whoever killed the fucking giant.
Yeah.
So,
But first, you must prove yourself to be a real warrior by fighting the Lord's battles.
Well, fuck you. I killed the fucking giant, dude.
Yeah, that was not in the fine print, motherfucker. I will take my bride now.
Right.
Not that I approve of just, like, giving women away as cattle.
But, you made a deal.
You did make a deal.
Hold up your fucking bargain. And this is old times when women didn't amount to shit, apparently. So
I wonder how Jonathan is going to feel about all this.
I don't know. It seems like they kind of just skipped over him. They're like, yeah, they were best friends and now nothing.
Maybe they will figure their shit out.
Got it.
For Saul thought, I'll send him out against the Philistines and let them kill him rather than doing it myself.
Yeah.
Who am I and what is my family in Israel that I should be the king's son-in-law? David exclaimed. My father's family is nothing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm trash. Why are you trying to make me king over here?
Right, I guess.
So when the time came for Saul to give his daughter Merab in marriage to David, he gave her instead to Adriel, a man from Meholah.
Oh, shit.
What?
Man.
Saul, you fucked up. That is not cool.
Right.
You can't just be giving your daughters away willy-nilly to the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's crap.
In the meantime, Saul's daughter Michal, M-I-C-H-A-L. I'm going to call her Michael.
Okay.
You know why? Because there's a female Michael Burnham on Star Trek Discovery.
Sure.
So fuck you, that's what.
Yeah.
Okay, Saul's daughter Michal had fallen in love with David, and Saul was delighted when he heard about it. Here's another chance to see him killed by the Philistines, Saul said to himself.
What?
Why?
Right? I'm not
I don't
getting
understand.
it. Yeah.
But to David, he said, today you have a second chance to become my son-in-law. You know, because
maybe I don't want it, dude. You tried to kill me. You gave away your daughter I was supposed to get. Fuck you, man.
Mm-hmm. He's
piss off.
He's like, you missed out on the chance because I didn't let you have it.
Maybe you missed out on the chance, fucker.
Yeah. Then Saul told his men to say to David, the king really likes you, and so do we. Why don't you accept the king's offer and become his son-in-law?
Yeah. Just do that.
Oh, I get it. So that's why that's why Saul gave away his daughter. Because David was like, I'm just trash. I'm not supposed to be your son-in-law. What?
I guess.
No.
Okay.
So that he didn't cheat. He gave his daughter away because David politely declined.
Got it.
When Saul's men said these things to David, he replied, how can a poor man from a humble family afford the bride price for the daughter of a king?
Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
When Saul's men reported this back to the king, he told them, tell David that all I want for the bride price is 100 Philistine foreskins. Jesus Christ. What are you going to do with those? How do those spend?
Apparently 100 of them buy a wife.
Jesus Christ. What do you do with foreskins?
You make a shoe?
Why they gotta chop their wieners all the time?
That's really...
My God.
Can you imagine? You kill 100 Philistines, right?
And then you go
back and you chop their fucking tip of their dick off for 100 fucking people?
Yeah.
That's really disgusting.
Why are men so into their fucking wieners?
Specifically, God. Why is God so into fucking foreskin?
Why is God about men's dicks?
Yeah,
Why?
It's really weird. And
it's a very sick
I think Sigmund
obsession.
Freud would have some things to say about this.
It's a weird obsession.
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
It's really not.
You guys think about your dicks all the time. That is not cool.
Well, at least we don't talk about chopping people's foreskins off anymore.
No, we just have people that think that it's perfectly fine to rape women because it's their, right and duty to be sexed up.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they talk about chopping off dicks in the fucking Bible, so...
Right.
And selling women to somebody else with the price of foreskin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really, really, really fucked up.
How many foreskins am I worth? How many foreskins would you pay for me, honey?
I wouldn't pay a fucking single one. No,
rude.
I'm not cutting off anybody's foreskin for you. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. What if you had to? What if there was no choice and you got to name the price? How many?
What does no choice mean? Like they're going to kill you if I don't do it?
Yeah, you got to chop off some dicks.
Well, then whatever they need me to do, I guess, to save your life. But that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, so you name the price.
One.
You hear that, folks? I am worth one foreskin.
You said I get to name the price. I'm only chopping one. If I got to chop some, that's all I'm doing. One.
Well, I wonder how much all of your ex-girlfriends were worth.
None.
Nice answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can pay 100 Philistine foreskins. Vengeance on my enemies is all I really want.
Yeah.
They're dead!
Right, yeah.
They're dead!
Why do you need their fucking tip of their dick?
They're either in hell or heaven
or just dead.
Nowhere.
Right.
You already got your vengeance by killing them.
Right.
The tip of their dick does them no good one way or the other.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Indians when they would take the person's scalp, but I think that's a lot cooler than, as far as killing people goes.
Insofar as peeling things off of people?
You just the scene when you're grabbing some dude's dick and then chopping it off, just obscene and gross and
I'm trying to imagine it. You got
to grab 100 guys' dead dicks.
Dead guys' dicks. Dead dick. And you're not supposed to be touching corpses.
No, yeah.
So, you gotta hold them down and you gotta chop it first.
Yeah.
And then kill them.
Well, but...
Jesus Christ.
I doubt that they did it that way. They probably did it afterwards, so then they're unclean on top of it.
Yeah.
If they're following the Bible and doing everything correctly.
Yeah.
Which they probably aren't, so...
Right. That's what I'm saying. They are supposed to do the dick first and then kill. But what they're probably doing, because it's easier, is killing them all and then chopping dead dick.
Well, yeah. You can't... How could you precision cut a fucking foreskin? Unless you're just cutting the whole damn dick off. Even then, to cut a dick off while they're still alive is going to be... I don't know.
Maybe they had a professional foreskin.
Dick chopper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a cigar cutter. A dude came behind and...
Yeah. They just took him prisoner, right? And then chopped off the tip of the dick.
They took him prisoner. They tied him up. And then somebody came along behind and was like, 1, 2, 3.
And then they just finished him off and killed him.
God damn it. You missed one. This is only 99. Because he stole one.
Right, yeah.
You know, for his bride.
Right, yeah.
You know, it was you. You stole the one to pay for me.
Yeah.
But what Saul had in mind was that David would be killed in the fight.
Of course.
David was delighted to accept the offer because he was very excited about Dick.
Yeah,
clearly.
But no, now he gets to pay Saul something for his bride. So. Okay,
but let's be clear. The word is delighted. He's very happy about touching Dick.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
He's gay. And that's fine. That's fine. I just wish Christians were as fine with it. Before the time limit expired, he and his men went out and killed 200 Philistines. Then David fulfilled the king's requirement by presenting all their foreskins to him. So 200.
He went above and beyond.
He went above and beyond. He's like, here's double.
Right.
So Saul gave his daughter Michal to David to be his wife. When Saul realized that the Lord was with David and how much his daughter Michal loved him, Saul became even more afraid of him. And he remained David's enemy for the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
That's stupid.
Like, literally, he's married to your daughter.
Right.
And he's favored by God, and you're going to be mad and angry at him and scared of him?
A petty little bitch. Man. These dudes were all just petty little bitches.
Maybe you should, warm up to him and then, gain some of that favor, you know? That'd be the smart thing to do.
What are you doing right?
Right.
Teach me how to slingshot some flat rocks. Teach me how to kill thousands instead of...
Right, tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands instead of thousands.
Yeah.
Teach me how to chop dick.
Right, yeah, you need to slice that dick real good like him, so...
Every time the commanders of the Philistines attacked, David was more successful against them than all the rest of Saul's officers.
That's awesome.
He's the best.
Probably because they were all scared to get their dicks chopped.
Probably.
You know, they're like,
I would be
this
afraid.
Motherfucker, he's going to take your dick tip.
Yeah.
You better be scared of that guy.
Look out.
He's a dick tip chopper.
Dead dick tip chopper.
Right, yeah, that.
Cool. Try to say that 30 times.
No thanks.
So David's name became very famous. The end.
Yeah. I mean, he was famous before this. He fucking killed the goddamn giant.
And he was king.
He what happened to the fucking king shit?
And he was the harp playing Excedrin.
Right, yeah. I'm still lost a little bit.
No,
I get that the harp playing was intermixed in this story somewhere.
Right.
But the king thing happened before all this and still has not happened again.
Right.
In this new story that they're telling.
And what I don't understand is, okay, so I think there's 31 chapters in 1 Samuel.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. One would assume that we're heading towards the end of Samuel's life, but there's a whole second book of Sam.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what else is left for you, my dude?
Well, I mean, Samuel is somebody different than Saul. Like, right now it's Saul and David, right?
Right, but...
We're not really hearing a whole lot from Samuel at the moment, but maybe Samuel comes back in as a king picker again at some point for a second king or something like that.
I guess.
Like, he's a prophet, right? So maybe that's what his gig is, being a prophet.
He's a dick, too.
So...
I guess. The whole thing is stupid.
Plus, they still got to make David king again.
I know.
So...
I know.
Or something.
It just... I don't know. The whole thing doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
No, the Bible's really dumb, especially the way they fucking tell it. It's never right. Like, the way they tell it is all broken up and...
Bad.
And bullshit.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
All right. That was 1 Samuel chapter 18. Maybe tomorrow they'll get their story straight for 1 Samuel chapter 19, but I doubt it.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys then, though.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.